Hi, Lisa Bluebird Relics. A few weeks back, I went live starting to paint a intuitive abstract, and I didn't like where it was going, so I gessoed it all over, and I started over. So I started painting a background, and now I'm just kind of going with it. So it's a floral. That's where I'm going. I'm just starting to layer colors in and see where it takes me. The other one I was working on, I wasn't too happy with it. Let's put this down a little bit. So I just started with a base coat of like a teal color, and then I went in with like a bluish turquoise, and then I chalked a little bit of a sketch on here of some whimsical sort of flowers, and now I'm just kind of going with it, see where it takes me. So I thought I would pop on here and do it on here live. If you have any questions about anything I'm doing or the products I'm using, just comment and I'll answer you, and say hi when you pop in. I know you're watching. Are you there? So right now I'm using, what color am I using? I'm using a cadmium yellow light hue, which is almost a little fluorescent to me. It's not quite fluorescent. It's not as bright, but has that a little bit of that hue to it. Fluorescent hue. Anyway, I'm just kind of throwing colors on there. Hi, how are you? Hi, Stacy. Hi, Melinda. What's going on? How's the weather? I think it's supposed to snow. Not quite sure. Did you say it was snowing by you, Melinda, earlier? Anyway, so this is the large one. I don't know if anybody remembers. I had a deer on here, and I stopped working on it, and it sat in the corner, and I didn't continue to work on it, and then I realized that I wasn't feeling it. So I took black gesso and went over it and started all over again. But I kind of like the way where this is going. There's an ice storm in Ohio. Oh, you're in Ohio? Linda's in Ohio. You're having severe weather? Oh. Well, maybe your guys are close by. Well, I think where you're by closer to Columbus, right? Stacy, whereabouts are you in Ohio? Icy rain turned to snow. Maybe telework tomorrow if the roads are bad. Ooh. I'm working from home anyway tomorrow, so whatever happens, happens. I'm not too concerned since I don't have to go in. Oh. Just outside. Oh, you guys are close. You're neighbors. Right, Melinda? Well, you're not just, what are you, about an hour? About 40 minutes? from Columbus. I like Columbus. Cool city. Wow. So I'm wondering, I don't know, I didn't check the weather, what we're going to have here. I know that it's not supposed to be good. That I know. I know that much. Oh, it'll just shut down, right? The world can just shut down again. I'm sick of the snow, though. I'm tired of it. It's pretty to look at. Oh, Pickerington. That's where you live, Melinda. I liked Pickerington, too. That was a cute little town. Cute little town. Didn't we go there in the summer, Melinda? Where did we go over there? I feel like we went over there, didn't we? We went to the water beds and stuff over there. I was looking for something. It's my favorite. I wish we had one here in New Jersey. Yeah, you probably were neighbors. You didn't even know. Look at that. The internet, you know. You can meet people that live down the street from you. So anyway, so here I am applying color onto this piece. So I'm going to try to stay a little bright. I think I'm going to try to put as many colors as I can, but I'm going to stay on the brighter side. Let me see what else I got here. I have a little bit of this pink. I don't want it to go too light. I don't want it to be necessarily light, but I want it to be bright. So let's see. What will happen if I put this pink in? Oh, I dropped my thing. It's all about with this kind of when you're doing like a abstract or painting intuitively, you kind of just grab the color you feel. Sometimes I just grab the color I'm closest to. Sometimes it's instinct. Or sometimes you just got to try different things. Because if you don't like how it comes out, you can do like I did and just gesso over the whole darn thing and start over. There's nothing new out. I'm sorry I'm being quiet. Let me know if anybody has any questions. Trying to. It's too bright. I might go back in with the darker pink. Just to darken it up a touch. I'll just keep layering it until I like it. I probably won't go for too long tonight, only because my phone, I think, is going to poop out on me. This was going to happen before, sooner rather than later. But I just wanted to pop on for a few minutes. I haven't been on in a, well, I went live with Karen. I go live with Karen Crone from Vintage Vibes Good Finds. We go live every Sunday at 3 p.m. together, and we do, a bunch of stuff. Lately we've been upcycling some vinyl art. Yesterday we did Valentine's Day sort of theme. Did hearts, and she did this really cute what was it, from The Nightmare Before Christmas? Jack and, is his name Jack? Jack and Sally. It's really cute. Came out so cute. Even though they're really not Valentine-y. But it really came out cute. So I think I posted it on my page, pretty sure. I try to post the things that we do so people can, because we don't always finish it right on the live, so we'll finish up and then post it. And mine yesterday, if you happen to see the live, I did some hearts, and I did drippy hearts, and then I spilled paint all over it, and I had to pivot. I had to do something else. I kind of stayed in the realm of what I was doing, but I did pivot it. It changed a bit. I was just reading the comments. You guys are talking between yourselves. That's good. I like that. That's cool. I love how the pink and the turquoise blend together to kind of create that purpley color. I'm going to go in and define the leaves later on. Because I'm going to make it more kind of cartoony looking. So I'll outline the leaves. At least that's what I think I'm gonna do. I don't have a real plan, but that's my plan for this moment. And I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna blend this real quick with the brush, but I think I'm gonna take my palette knife and scrape it. I have some stencils, and I used paste to give it like a raised look and give it a lot of texture. So there's texture all over this piece. I kind of like all the color that are coming in between. That I'm scraping some of the layers back. You could do a lot of different things like that here. You can even use like a little piece of tissue to rub it that. Not bad. Kind of went into a periwinkle sort of color. You'll see me with the spray bottle a lot. Picking up different things to use while I work on a piece. Oh, that's your BFF Stacy. Oh, great. Well, at least she's in Ohio. That's cool. Oh wait, do you guys really do you know each other, or are you just met here watching this? Oh, you mean? Oh, you're talking. Oh, sorry. Look, I that's me not reading the whole comment. Reading parts of it and not the whole thing. Oh, let me go back in here. This one. I was working on it earlier today when I had actual light in here. It's so much better when you have the daylight to work on your pieces. At least in my opinion. I don't know. I wish it was lighter in here. I need to get one of those bright lights for in here. Then go in here with the blue. And the water. And just keep manipulating the paint. Kind of like it. I'm getting to like it. I gotta tell you, I was so disappointed in how it was going before I gessoed it all over and started again. Yeah, I'm trying. I had a son. I forgot. I did have a son, and it's still sort of there at the bottom. Only it's not a sun anymore. I turned it into kind of a mandala. So the sun was over there. Now it's down here, and I kind of painted over the other stuff. But I had applied and glued paper on here, so you can kind of still see the paper. But it created some cool texture. And then I put a lot of texture. There's texture all over this piece. There's so much. There's so much. Just kind of slapping paint on right now. Seeing where the colors are going to go. I took a picture of it. I'll show it to you. I had done the deer, and it did turn out kind of cool looking. I actually hated to paint over the deer, but it wasn't, it just wasn't I don't know. I wasn't feeling, it wasn't my style. You know, when something doesn't feel right, it didn't feel right. It just didn't feel right. But this is, I mean, a fairly large canvas. I couldn't just keep going with something I wasn't feeling. I don't know. I usually can, if I'm not liking how something's going, I usually I can manipulate it and start to like it, but that one, it just wasn't happening for me. I don't know why. Let me see. Oh, I don't like that. I'll throw in a little blue, little ultramarine blue. Hi, Karen. What are you doing? So Karen, we found out Stacy is Melinda's neighbor, like literally her neighbor. No, I'm kidding, not literally, but she probably was her neighbor at one point in time, a couple years back. They probably shopped at the Kroger's right next to each other, right one aisle over. Oh, she was my. Oh, you know. Oh, well, won't you be my neighbor? Thanks, Karen. But you did. You just lived a few streets apart. Oh my goodness, I missed that part of the comments. But wait a minute. But you didn't know each other before now, right? Or did you know each other? Did I miss that part? I could go back and around the block. Oh, you just figured it out. See, Karen, look at that. Isn't that funny? I was told there was someone else. Oh, I forget. The other lady. What's her? Oh, Aga. She's literally like, she's not, I mean, she's not around the block, but I mean, she's really close to me. Like within a half-hour drive. Let's see. Let's see what happens with that. I think green, right? It is big. I was telling them, Karen, how I wasn't feeling what was going on with it. I'll have to post a pic in here when I'm done. I'll post a pic of where it was. I kept changing it, and I don't know. I had a lady in there, and I took the lady out, and then I don't know. I just couldn't. And then I didn't want to work on it anymore because I wasn't liking it. And keep going back and forth. Well, so cool. So now you know each other. Maybe you guys can go hang out. Let me go in. I'm gonna work this. This is all wet. I'm gonna go over here and see what I can do. So I got an orange up here. Maybe I'll come in with a little A little red, a little bit. Wait. Got no plan. I think usually some of my best stuff comes out with no plan. And I don't have a plan. Oh, you got the gesso all over it. Yep, that's right. I was not happy. This morning I just looked at it and I was like, oh no. I said, I have to do something. And then I felt bad. I'm going over it with the gesso and I said, oh, should I have done it? Should I not have done it? And then I'm like, well, it's too late now. Even as I was going over the deer, I could see the antlers going and I was like, oh, all right. Well, it's like letting that was the only part of it I was attached to, was the antlers on the deer. Even the deer wasn't so hot. It was the antlers on the deer that seemed to strike me. Now I really got to put a picture of it so you guys can see what I was talking about. I don't know why. The antlers just were so cool. Why not I bring back some yellow in there? I think I went a little too red. So what else is going on? I can't think of anything. Well, I can. A lot of boring kind of stuff is going on in my life, but I'm not talking about it on here as a downer. So, but anyway, there's really nothing new, only that maybe I've been working hard on filling up doing my website and my Etsy shop, and I've been working hard on that, trying to put all my work in there, all the work I do, all the canvas art, all the furniture and the jewelry that I create. And the jewelry I create, they are of my canvas art. So I put the actual canvas art onto my jewelry. So I do it a couple different ways. Some of it I use resin, but some of them I put on wood and some of them are just resin molds that I use. And then I find some funky beads and make some jewelry out of that. Pretty. Every piece is different in some way. Nothing, they're all different. And I put a hand touch on there, a spin of, like I'll put the work on the piece, and then I'll paint a little something around the edges or make it unique in some way. I know gesso is spelled with a G. Yep. Oh, I was talking about Jack and Sally before. You have to you should you're working on your other Buddha. You should be done with your other Buddha. You gotta fix the lotus. I think you should fix the lotus. Don't let you should keep the lotus. I don't know. I'm finding the lotus flowers hard. I was trying to put a lotus up here. I don't know if you can see the chalk. And I wasn't going the way I wanted it. So I said, I'm doing this. Oh, it dripped. See, normally I like drips, but this I don't want to drip over here necessarily. I mean, I could cover it up later on. The lotus is hard. Let me think about that for a second. My adult son is finally moving out at the end of the month after staying with us. My husband took over. His son took over and finished basement with that. Oh, that stinks. It would be nice to have your space back. That'll be cool. Yeah, I didn't have for a long time. Before we bought a house, I didn't have my own space to create. It was in the living room, but I couldn't do all this big stuff. And plus, I didn't have as much time. I mean, my son was smaller, and art kind of got put on hold. But now he's older, and we have a house, and I have a little bit more space. I'm coming up with the green in here. Let's see what happens with that. I'm kind of liking that. Giving it a different spin, bringing it into a different direction. Using this. What color green is this? Bright green. Light green permanent by Liquitex. I'm using acrylic. I know my living room too wasn't such a mess when I had everything in the living room. Oh yeah, I kind of like the green too. Thanks, Stacy. Karen, I'm using acrylic, but you know, on the what do you call it? On the background of the piece. So all this in here, the gold is acrylic, but the blue, I did a bunch of different blues. I did use the DIY. I used, actually I used one. This is not DIY. This is I Love Hue. It's called Teal Magnolia. It was a chalk it's called chalk infused paint. I don't think it's a true chalk paint. And another one called Bohemian Jewel. So I used that on the background. And then I added in DIY Hey Sailor in there to kind of darken it up. It almost gave it, looks like Bohemian Blue. DIY's Bohemian Blue almost. All right. Let me finish up the green, and then I'm gonna sign off because I keep getting that alert that my battery's gonna die. I would hate for it to die in the middle of the live. But I'll try to come on here and work on it a few times. Maybe I'll go on Instagram too once in a while just to work on this. Back to work tomorrow. So we were off today. It was President's Day. Kind of looking cool. I kind of like it. All right, girls. Thanks for watching. DIY stupid spell check. Oh, wait, question. What's the difference between acrylic and DIY? Okay, so yeah, Yep, Stacy's right. DIY is a clay-based paint. So acrylic, once it goes on here, it's on there. And the DIY is it's used a lot for. I use it on canvas art, but I use it on my furniture a lot because it's really easy to manipulate and it's easy to blend with. It's really easy to wet distress. So if you put it on a piece of furniture and you take a wet cloth, you can rub it back. I just put it on a piece that had laminate all over the top, and all I did, and it started. I didn't realize it was laminate. I should have primed it. And it started clumping up and peeling up. So I wiped it all off. All I did was spray water on it, and I wiped the whole thing off. But if it was acrylic, you can't do that. But acrylic probably would have stuck to it. But yeah. So but I like it for blending the DIY and the clay based paint because it's really easy to blend with. Well, all right, girls. I'm gonna go. You got it? You got it? All right. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you girls later. Take care. Bye, Stacy, Melinda, Karen. Take care. Bye.